So Lake Bays is back at it with another big boozy stout. But this one is a very special edition of elderberry. Now I don't remember what elderberry is or tastes like, but hopefully we find out today. Let's do this. Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, mate Brewski from the Brewski Review. And today the beer that I have for you guys, like I said, is about the Lake Bays Brewing Company out of Baysville, Ontario. We have a new double IPA from them, Don't Look Down. So if you're scared of heights, just follow those 3 words. I'm scared of heights sometimes. I was way more scared of heights when I was a small child. But even now, when I look over super tall buildings and such, usually when I'm outside with a shorter balcony or shorter, ledge, I get a little wonky, wonky for sure. So I don't follow this rule of don't look down because I kind of like to scare the shit out of myself sometimes, and that's pretty much my rant for today. But yes, double IPA, Don't Look Down with elderberries. Here we go. 8% alcohol by volume, so very boozy. 50 IBU, so right smack dab in the middle of that bitterness unit. Beautiful. Purple and pink can. Pretty cool can design indeed. Let's crack this bad boy open. And let's see what we got. Beer 101 pinty pint glass here. Oh, it's colorful. I was not expecting it to be colorful. Funny enough. Okay, that's kind of cool. That is really cool. That's like a, I don't know, almost like an amber with like a tinge of like red, orange. It looks darker on camera, but in person, it's pretty neat. With a slightly purpley pinkish head. It doesn't look it, but it's not white of a head. It's not much of a head, and it's a fairly clear beer as well. Interesting. Let's have a smell. Smells boozy for sure, but elderberries. Okay, what do we have here? Elderberries. What is an elderberry? All right, elderberry seems to be sort of like almost like a black, small little black berry indeed. Okay, it's placed in the honeysuckle family. That's interesting. Don't really know much else, but okay, it's like a little dark purplish berry, kind of reminiscent of like a blueberry almost, but a little different. Very interesting. On the nose, I guess that's elderberry. It does kind of smell a little bit like blueberry to me. Very interesting. No real pine, no grapefruit, no real typical IPA, especially double IPA sort of aromas on here. Very interesting. Let's give it a swirl, see what happens. Little hints of pine. Yeah, little hints of pine. Definitely a little bit more hotter alcohols in there. Not a lot. Doesn't burn the nose by any chance, by any means. Sorry, but just a little bit notes here and there, and then that elderberry or blueberry-esque sort of aroma. Let's dive in and see how it tastes. On the sip, definitely more bitter. Getting that pine, getting that quick little sweet elderberry, I guess, sweetness out of there, but very florally bitter of a beer. A little bit more maltier as well. Maltier being, I don't know, just darker, like almost West Coasty-esque per se, with a little bit more grainy and earthy sort of bitterness off of it. Very interesting indeed. We need more. That's what we need. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Right up front, a little bit of pine, very slight, with that elderberry elderberry sort of like sweetness to it, sort of all around your tongue. And a very larger presence of a florally bitterness, transitioning into almost like an earthy bitterness in the back end. As far as double IPAs go, a very quite a deviation from what you're used to in double IPAs or as of recent. Actually, very interesting beer. Intriguing. It's an intriguing beer. Don't really know what's going on with it, funny enough. Nice full bodied. That like mix of like floral and earthiness brings out a very sharp, almost like sharp alcohol, like a spirit alcohol, almost kind of like if you put a shot of vodka in here. And it's weird. It's not what I thought it was gonna be, and not really a beer that's really making me smile. It's almost just like a bitter cocktail per se. You know it's beer because you do get that like earthy hop bitterness out of it, but it's a little further away from beer than most beers, in my opinion. And it's interesting, very, very interesting. Let's see what the can has to say before I take another sip. Lake-based Brewing, Don't Look Down Double IPA with elderberries, 8% ABV, 50 IBUs. Adventurers, this beer is for you. Punchy elderberry flavors accompany Mosaic and Barber Rouge hops, lending a unique sweetness to the bitter character of a double IPA. This brew is a serious adrenaline rush. On belay, mountain climbing or rock climbing in general. Very interesting. Best served at 6 to 8 degrees Celsius. All natural, partially filtered, 50 IBUs. Malt cider used are 2-row pale, wheat and oats. Hops from Mosaic and Barber Rouge. Very interesting. Ingredients: water, malted barley, wheat, oats, hops, sugars, elderberry concentrate, and yeast. Those are packaged on date. A little hard to see, but it looks to be 21st of February 2021. A very interesting beer. Not really sure what to make of it. It is something different, but that sharp alcohol flavor in here, between the elderberry sweetness, a little pininess, and then that florally, earthy hoppiness to it, doesn't really work out for my particular palate. Some people really might enjoy this beer. For me, not what I thought it was going to be. Let's see what the website has to say. lakebasebrewing.ca. Go to the beer section, and this is part of their, just current beers that are happening. Don't Look Down has the same exact description as on the can. Availability at the online store, Huntsville Brewhouse, Bracebridge Barrel House, and regular brewery retail store, and also the LCBO. Tasting notes: aromas of blueberry, Concord grape, and faint raspberry. Flavors of grape, plum, and sweet cherry. Aromas: I'm getting the blueberry, not much the Concord grape. But when they say it, yeah, I can see that. And faint raspberry, maybe, but not off the bat from my sniffer. Flavors: grape, plum, sweet cherry. Not really getting plum or sweet cherry, to be honest. Grape, maybe. I'm not a big fan of grape, but yeah, now that they say it, kind of look reminiscent of like grape juice, kind of ish. Again, the malts are 2-row pale, wheat and oats, hops from Mosaic and Barber Rouge. Pretty good website. I love how they give the detailed list of malts and hops, and also tasting notes of aromas and flavors. Very, very nice. Overall, not a beer for me, to be completely honest. Lake Base does does make amazing beers. Don't get me wrong. This one is done fairly well, but the flavor profile on it is just a little too wonky for me. As for Untapped, Don't Look Down has been given a 3.51 bottle caps out of 5, and that's out of 159 ratings. Definitely a more experimental beer. Indeed. That bitter flavor, a little bit of alcoholiness to it, does also linger quite long. Between these sips, I still have that awkward, sharp bitterness flavor just lingering around in my mouth, in my face hole, and it's not that pleasant, to be completely honest. I don't really know what to say about this beer. I really don't. It's not a flavor for me. Some people might like it, but I think it's a very niche little group that could really enjoy this beer just because how it's made it just so far out there when it comes to double IPAs. Double IPA is usually very bold, hoppy, it's rich, not richer, but bolder, hoppy, in your face, kind of, tropical fruits usually. Maybe some floral notes, but this just seems, I don't know, I think that elderberry addition might not go with boozy IPAs. That's just my opinion. Over for the price, if you're looking to pick this bad boy up, it's gonna run you $4. Yes, $4. Now, is it worth the $4? At 8%, yes indeed. But I don't know, to me, it's not worth the $4 because I just don't like it. But if you really like this flavor profile, I would say, yeah, it's a solid price. It's boozy, but it's just, there's a niche market for this kind of flavor profile, in my opinion, so be cautious. I mean, they also have the Apex Triple IPA, which is 10%, that's only $4.50, and that's a lot better beer, in my opinion, because I like the flavor profile of that. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. It's an interesting beer. I like how they did it, though. They didn't really give a damn. They said, you know what? We'll try it out, see how it goes. It's a no for me, dog, but there's somebody out there that probably really enjoys this. Not gonna lie. Very interesting. I do like how they did the little experiment with it. Good stuff. Good kudos to them, Interesting beer, just not my flavor profile. So with that said, guys, cheers on the final sip. Let's get ready to drink, so wrap this thing up. Don't look down. Lake-based Brewing Co. Double IPA, 8% ABV, and oh my god, the elderberries in here. I'd say it's a big no. For that addition to a double IPA. If it was maybe a different style of beer, I could see it going really, really well with double IPAs because they have such a big, a much bigger hop presence compared to your regular IPA or even pale ales or sessions. May have made that addition of elderberry come out a little wonky, a little bit more boozy tasting. So something to note. But I do appreciate the effort that they put into this beer. Turns out it's a beautiful color. Offers a lot on the table as far as flavor profiles going, being extremely unique. But at the end of the day, it's just not my flavors. So with that said, don't look down. Double IPA from Lake-based Brewing Company gets a solid 6-7 out of 10 for me. It's just not my flavors. I'm sorry, Lake-based, but that's all I can give you. It's not a bad beer. There's nothing really wrong with this beer, other than, I guess, say it's a little too sharp of an alcohol bite to it, but it's not my flavors. Somebody out there definitely loves this beer, though. As for presentation, Lake Bay's always does a bang-up job. Their can designs are very intricate, yet also simple and tasteful. Beautiful stuff. I love the purpliness of this one here. ABV, IBU, serving temp, descriptions, detailed list of malts and hops, package on date, ingredients, all that fun stuff. Tons of information always on the can. Really do love that aspect of Lake Bay's and the website. Just building off that with the addition of tasting notes. Hell yeah. Presentation, it's a solid 9 out of 10 for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers I want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go ahead and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, it'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski. Like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers. Elderberries don't work in double IPAs, I found out, but goddamn, it's a pretty color and a very interesting beer. There we go. Cheers.